my brother?
What's going on, brother? You alright?
I'm good. Welcome to another Zap exclusive.
I appreciate you having me, man. It's good to be here.
Appreciate it. So listen, y'all, I don't know, we got Riley Christian in the house. First of all, tell the people who you are and what you do. Let's start.
My name is Riley Christian. I'm an entertainment lawyer.
Okay.
I represent people in the music industry. Also, I represent people in reality TV.
Okay, listen.
Yes.
When you talk about, so
okay, yeah,
how did you say, like, I'm gonna be a lawyer and I'm gonna pick entertainment specifically?
All right. Well, the crazy thing is, like, being an entertainment lawyer came over the course of pretty much the past 2 years. You know, with me being on reality TV and doing stuff like that, I wasn't doing that prior. I had done a bunch of different things. I had done medical malpractice law, all of that. And then this past March, I decided that I was going to start my own family law practice. I'm passionate about family law. I grew up, in a single parent household, and I wanted to be able to do something to really help the children when it comes to, the family court system. And then, based on my time and experience in reality TV, I think, entertainment or people in the entertainment industry just were kind of drawn to me, trying to figure out how to navigate the process. And, then I knew some people also in music too, and word, it's kind of word of mouth, it just kind of spreads around. Before you know it, I'm an entertainment lawyer. It's like, all right.
Shoot, listen.
Yes!
We here for a success story like that. Listen, we celebrate Black lawyers in America.
I appreciate that.
So that's definitely a milestone to be able to accomplish. Now, a lot of people can say you can do that. And then putting the entertainment twist on it, you mentioned that you did reality TV for a little bit. Like, how was that journey just even being like, all right, I'm doing reality TV, I'm already kind of like in law, and I'm going to kind of fuse it. How did you decide? Like,
it's kind of crazy. It's like navigating, being a lawyer and being on reality TV. Kind of tricky. Simply because typically being a lawyer is it's a serious thing. You really have to. People hang on your every word, in court and stuff like that, because people's lives can be on the line, their freedoms, or just a bunch of money at the end of the day. It can be a very serious thing. And then when you have, reality TV, it's generally seen as not so serious. You know what I'm saying? So when you go out there, you have to really be conscious of, who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. Especially as, you said Black lawyers, especially being Black. At the end of the day, yes. If I wanted to, go out there and just be like everybody else, I'm not. That's just the way it is. And whether I like it or not, that's life. But I'm also aware that I'm in this unique position to be able to represent Black people on television, on a national stage. And I was like, if I have this opportunity, and I'm a guy that wants a life partner. So okay, I have an opportunity to go find a life partner on national television. Me also being a Black lawyer, that's a bonus. And I think that people watching me could. I may have the opportunity, to inspire some other people that look like me, to be able to do something. If I'm able to go out there and, not only try to find, love while I'm there, but then they also get to dive deep into me and see what I'm about.
Do you have a lot of people in it that when you tell them that you are a lawyer, that they kind of like do a double take?
Yeah, all the time, man. All the time, man. Like, and it's kind of wild. Like, just in general, when I'm talking to lay people, when I say lay people, I mean like non-attorneys. I'll tell them I'm a lawyer, and they're like, oh, they have that shock thing. Like, I would have never guessed. You know what I'm saying? Then when people look at Instagram, they're like, oh, I would, they can gather it, from some stuff. But they're like, oh, okay, like I just would not have known, off the rip sometimes. And to be honest, it goes even further than that. Sometimes I go to court. I remember I had a situation in court, and I'm suited up like every other attorney in the room, and I have my client with me, and I was still dressed, as the defendant. They thought I was the defendant, not the attorney. I was kind of like, yo, what is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I seem to get that a lot. But at the end of the day, I'm a lawyer. I'm proud to be one. So.
First of all, I think that's a dope accomplishment to be a lawyer. So shout out to you for
Appreciate you,
just passing the bar and
Appreciate
just doing that. Like, let's get into pop culture real quick. Kim Kardashian is trying to be a lawyer.
She is.
You know what I'm saying? And she's been on that journey for quite some time. Her dad is one of the most famous lawyers.
Yeah.
Like in law world or lawyer world, are they like a big deal? Just curiosity.
I mean, in lawyer world, I mean, I don't walk into court and then I'm overhearing some people talk about, you know, Kim K, but shout out to her because I mean, for anybody that wants to be an attorney, you know, I give them props. It's like, you want to get out here, you want to use, who you are to be able to represent and help someone else. So I give a shout out to somebody like that. Kim K wants to do it, you know, big up to her. She's been able to use her platform to actively get people out of prison. And she's not even an attorney. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, she's doing more than, you know, what some attorneys can do. So, you know, big up to her. You know, and if she, you know, does her thing, passes the bar, or does, you know, the apprenticeship or whatever they have out there, if they have one of those out in LA, she does it, you know, welcome her on into the bar. You know, to keep changing people's lives, you know?
Okay. Yes. Okay, we here for it, all right? Free gunner, free gunner, free gunner.
Yes. I'm out of there.
So, now, just back into your journey now. So, like, you from New York, you know what I'm saying?
Now, I live in New York. I'm actually originally from Detroit.
Oh.
In the city, East Side, baby. Come on now.
From Detroit?
Yes, East Side, all the way.
So run it back then. All right, so when did you be like, all right, I'm about to take my talents to New York? When did you make the move?
Honestly, so I made the move out to New York State in 2013. I went into Syracuse Law School.
Gotcha.
And so, but like prior to that, I think, I don't know how many years prior, but I was dating somebody and they were like, they had an internship out here in NY. So I came and then I saw Times Square for the first time. I'm telling you, I was like, candy, so my eyes lit up. I was like, this is where I gotta be. I even picked out a little spot in Times Square. I was like, that's where my billboard gonna be. It's gonna be dope. You know, so it was just a small spot in the back. I was like, I don't have to have the one right in the center. I'm going crazy. Small spot in the back. That's gonna be for me. Okay. And then, you know, come some years later, I'm like, all right, I had this opportunity to go to law school, so I'm choosing, you know, which law school I want to apply to. That's a whole nother story how I actually got there. But, you know, I chose Syracuse because I knew I wanted to be in New York. And I was like, listen, there is no way in the world you go to New York City and be able to focus on your work and do all of that with all this crazy stuff going on. Go upstate where it's a bunch of snow and it's not as exciting and all of that. But shout out to Syracuse, don't get me wrong. Syracuse is still dope, but it's just not, you know what I'm saying, New York City.
So you won the show.
Well, it's funny, like, all right, let's break that down a little bit. We talking about, now that you're talking about Paradise too, which is
because they brought you back for also that situation. Gotcha.
Yeah, so let's talk about the won the show. I never looked at it. I hear people say that all the time. And I'm like, I won it? Was it a competition like that? Like, it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like I won the show. Like, in terms of, there was in a sense where I was coming on there and I'm competing with other dudes to get the trophy. It was like, nah, I'm actually coming on here to find somebody special. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I won it. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You win like that. Okay. But, like, in terms of, I won the show, like, it was a competition for, you know, I don't know, the American Ninja Warrior or something like that. Like, nah, I've been like, I was trying to fall in love with somebody. And it happened. So, like, that was a good feeling.
Actually, so they're breaking out. So there's two different shows that's happening here. Yeah, she did. So you did The Bachelor, and then you came back and you did Paradise.
Yeah, I did The Bachelorette. And then I was on season 16 of that. And then I came back for season 7 of Bachelor Paradise. I didn't see
Paradise. Now, how far what place did you get? I guess in Bachelorette.
I made it to like right before hometown visit, so I was probably 5th place or something like that. I think top 4 go to hometowns. You know, I think it would have been dope to, you know, have my moms meet Tasha at that time. But you know, it didn't happen. You know, everything happens for a reason. She got engaged to a good friend of mine, a great guy. You know, and I wish them, you know, the best in, you know, I believe they've gone their separate ways, so I wish them the best in both whatever they do. But yeah, that's it.
So then now that experience, they decided they call you back and be like, listen, we have another show for you. Like after you went home and that was done.
Oh, yeah. Like I didn't find out about. I didn't know what Paradise was until after, I think it was near the end of. Yeah, until after the original show, like telling me, and I was like, oh, like what is this? And it was like, this is way better because it's way like what I'm saying. It's multiple women. You can come out there like you ain't got to worry about your certain focus. Really? Like, yeah, you get to actually choose who you like. I'm like, for real? okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say choose who you like, not that I didn't like, you know what I'm saying, because I did. But it's just like, you just have more options. You see different personalities. So I was like, all right, well, once again, still single, still trying to find love. And then, though, I realized, like, you're now in this unique club, with other people that know what it's like to be in this unique club. Nobody else on the outside really can relate to it. It's a very unique experience. It's kind of wild. And I was like, okay, you know what? It would be dope, to be able to, share, my life with somebody that also understands like what this is. So we go back and, fall in love, get engaged. And I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but it's out there if you want to check it out. I ain't got to go into too much detail.
No, listen, first of all, we definitely seen some of the clips and we didn't watch the full show in its entirety, but we definitely know kind of pretty much what happened. I know you on the first episode, pretty much you got there right off the bat, you kind of like had an attraction, a connection with somebody, right? And you guys pretty much took it all the way and got like engaged, the first black couple to be engaged on that show. And I think that was major. I have a lot of fans, but just doing my research, a lot of people that's following our story. So you guys were an emblem of love for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So just through that experience, give us just how were you able to be like, yo, I'm actually really falling in love on an actual show right now, for real.
Wow. I mean, love hits you when love hits you. It hits you quick. It's not even something like I think that's the best love, there is out there. We're not really like we all know what we were going there to find. But like, do you really know if you're gonna find it? No, you don't. You just go in, being optimistic, trying to do things right, be good to people, and have a good time while you're doing it. And so then it just kind of came, naturally, and that was it. In terms of being the first black couple, that's dope. I mean, in my opinion, yeah, I mean, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. That wasn't on my mind. I was just trying to find, a shorty that I could spend my life with. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the fact that she was black, icing on the cake. Like, yeah, all right, cool. And it's crazy, like, because you said, we got a lot of fans and stuff like that. I like to try to go with supporters because I don't feel like I'm hooping or something like that. I just like you just being yourself on TV. But we got a lot of supporters, and you start to realize, like, wait, this actually means, a lot to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that look like you. I think this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. It's just like, at the end of the day, there are people out there, who have never seen people that look like them do this. They've never seen, an emotional side, of, a man being like, or a black man, like on TV like this. You've never seen, the emotional side, black woman like this, and then those two coming together, being in love and all this type of stuff, and being regular people and not being, simply viewed as, the athlete, or the rapper, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's like, no, these are normal, professional people on TV, having a good time. Like, everybody else, when this is over, they're going to go back, you know what I'm saying? They're going to get a job, they're going to do what they, you know what I'm saying? It's just like to be able to, I guess, to be able to share that and know that it meant a lot to other people, felt good, just to be in yourself. It's good to know that you being yourself. There's a lot of people out there that want you and accept you for just being who you are and doing something as, I don't want to say simple, but as simple as falling in love. It's just like, we like each other. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to do nothing that nobody else has ever done. Well, I guess we were for black people, but you know what I mean? Like, it's like people fall in love all the time. So it's like people just love to see you do it because you know what I'm saying? People that look like you, it's not often portrayed that way on the big screen.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's definitely, like I said, it's really powerful. And even, I guess, like gratifying that you understood the power that you had, and I guess you were immersed in that relationship to just so many people. Let me ask you this: did it feel like it was so much pressure to just be like, all right, now it's like, okay, like what does this mean? Like, how did you feel?
Pressure just
to make sure nothing wrong happened. You couldn't mess up or
this ain't rocket science. This ain't rocket science, man. We trying to, you got a connection with somebody. That's it. Like I said, the fact that, you know, we're black is icing on the cake. Don't get me wrong, like, I understand, like I said, I understand what it means, you know, to the people and all of that, but in terms of, you know, pressure, nah, man, it's just who you want to be with, you know, it's right, choosing somebody, like, at the end of the day.
Listen, because you know, sometimes the stands get crazy, like, what's going on? I'm supposed to be together forever. You know what I'm saying?
Like, people, you know, I mean, you open your life up, people feel like they're entitled to it at all times, they're not.
Okay.
They are not.
Okay.
Like, that's just so people know. They feel like that, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, people also have to realize that people are, you're on TV, but it's their movie, you know, and a lot hear that, oh, well, if you didn't want this, then you shouldn't have gone. And to an extent, yeah, that's true. But that don't mean I gotta, you know, like, you still don't run my life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
But it's all good.
Okay. And I heard what he said. He said, listen, leave him alone.
No.
So, like, anywhere along this journey, did you ever feel like you lost value? Like, you know, like, it became like the relationships and who, whatever, even when you guys work together, who's dating next, what, did you feel like you just lost maybe what it is that you wanted to do in the beginning or in the process of this? Don't know.
So I think reality TV, you know, threw off my work. I mean, nah, not in the sense of, but I guess the short answer is no, man.
Okay.
Like,
stay focused.
Yeah, you go and you do what you do. Like, I mean, I can't sit here and say like it had absolutely like no bearing on it. I mean, I remember doing a deposition and the stenographer was like, I remember you from somewhere. And then you felt like when the deposition was over, she was like, yeah, that guy from this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, in that sense. But like, nah. So
it was like two separate entities that never like collided or interfered.
It can if you let it. I think it can if you let it. But again, it's about remembering who you are and what you do. You know, as an attorney, that's my profession. It's what I do. And I'm not gonna let anything, you know, outside, you know, mess with that. And then, you know, whatever the show stuff is, that was, you know, going on television and trying to find love and all that. That was something totally separate.
Absolutely. You know, listen, I think that's right there is like the key thing that I think a lot of people take away. Like, even though you can have one thing, it doesn't mean that you can't have something else or it doesn't have to be interfering. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything can all exist. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know, people try to put limits on what others can do all the time. Now, why they do that, I don't know. Maybe it's because they've never been able to accomplish what the other person is trying to accomplish. But I've heard so many times, like, oh, you can't be a lawyer and do reality TV. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you can. Maybe it's, well, first of all, are you a lawyer? No. If you're not, then like, all right, cool. Like, and I'm not even trying to say it like, you know, being on a
No.
but see, like, but I don't like talking like that.
Okay.
Because when you do, like, it can come off like snooty or something like that. That's not what I'm trying to be. It's just like you're just trying to tell me I can't do a serious profession and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I beg to differ. Yes, I can. I can do them both, and I don't have anything to prove to you, but I'm gonna show it anyway because I have no choice. Like, this is my life. I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing with it. And it's not just in my profession. People will try to limit what others can do all the time. They'll tell you that you can't do whatever it is simply because they either haven't done it, failed at it, or don't know how to do it. And it's just like, well, just because you couldn't figure it out doesn't mean the next person can.
Okay.
So
Facts.
Yes.
Right? Like, man, I think you're a great representation of just being multifaceted, being black and multifaceted, and just
appreciate it.
breaking stereotypes and, being fitness and be a lawyer and be on TV and be a judge later on. You do that too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not have like these different stereotypes. I do think that we're part of this revolution that's happening. You know what I'm saying? With just like things that we are used to seeing not necessarily being what it's going to be anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think you're definitely a part of that. Being the first black couple on TV, then you happen to be a lawyer, then you have, so it just, I feel like you put on, you represented for the culture in a dope way. Without you even know. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to be myself.
Definitely.
Born and raised in Detroit, so they can take some credit, you know what I'm saying, for some of the stuff that I've been able to put out there. Big up to, you know what I'm saying, my family who's helped mold me into, I am. Shout out to my mom, she's a soldier, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, at the end of the day, like, just try to put on the best we can. That's it.
Yes.
So now, let's get off the bachelors for some Bachelorette and Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And just like, you started your own law firm during the pandemic, my brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Talk to us about like what made you decide to do that.
I appreciate you asking, man. Actually, so I think there's power in having your own thing. It can be so much easier to work for somebody else and get into that routine, but there's nothing like being able to empower yourself and work for yourself, and not that it's going to be easy. It's not been easy, like, you know what I'm saying, having your own thing. Like, I'm responsible for the administration, I'm responsible for keeping up with the finance, I'm responsible to make sure everything clears, all of that. But first and foremost, there's power in that. And then just for me, really, I guess the inspiration behind it, I didn't think at that time I was actually going to start it. It was probably more, to be honest, of an emotional decision why I started the law firm. I think I had recently got out of our relationship, trying to put my life back together, and media, whatever. It's like, hey, you're focused. What are you gonna do? What do you care about? Remember the things that are important in life, because you may have gotten away from some of those things in the midst of all of this. It's like, boom, start a law firm. I think that when people are going through situations, we really, we're creatures of habit. We revert to what we know, and I think for me, I revert back to just like doing work, but sometimes it can just be to a fault. It's like, all right, okay, here we are. So boom, I started a law firm. Where I get this idea started. I started promoing in January and heavy in February. Black History Month was rolling around, and that was kind of some inspiration too. Just like, I can have my own law firm as a black man, and it goes more into what I was talking about before, inspiring people that look like me. And then I launched it, in March, and I launched it as a family law practice. I may have said this earlier, but I was raised in a single parent household. I actually grew up, with my pops actually, until, later on, me and my mom, we were reconnected, and move forward in our relationship. But it's like things that you see, growing up in relationships with families. I was like, I am in this unique position to be able to help other individuals, and mainly children, navigate this process. I mean, I don't mean like, the child is about to come to court and about to be litigated. That's not what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that I know that the kids get caught up in this process. I was caught up in this process. My man up the street was caught up in this process. My cousin was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we see that. And it's like, you can have lawyers be in those situations and they really don't care what happens to the children. And the parents really, I don't want to say they don't care what happens to the children, but they get so emotional sometimes to where it's like, they begin to use the children as leverage. And the children are a huge bargaining chip when it comes to family law matters. So I'm just like, what can I do to the word I want to say is put a stop to it. That's like I don't even know if that's possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what can I help to make it better? The system is what it is, but it's like, okay, you know it, you've been through it. What can you do to help? Well, the only way to help is to be present, to be there. Mm-hmm. Well, you got a law degree, dog. Get up and go to the courthouse and help some people out. Domestic violence, like also an area of not necessarily area of law, but just an area that I am very passionate about. When I say domestic violence, I mean helping domestic survivors, helping survivors of domestic violence. Very passionate about that. Again, I grew up in a single parent household. I saw what I saw. I'm not going to dive into too many things right now, but you see in not just my home, but other people that go through these situations, and I'm like, all right, things can get pretty intense. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, again, what can I do to help? Well, you got law firms, and you can, educate people on how to get, protection orders and, all of those type of things. And I'm actually working with a nonprofit organization here in New York, Safe Horizon. And I'm involved with them, and we're doing some volunteer work and, just trying to get the word out there that there is help for people experiencing or going through a situation where they're being abused in their relationship. So I think I started my law firm based on that. These are the things that I've been through. I want to get in there and I want to try to help. It was more of an emotional decision, like I said, based off of just what we go through. But it's like, nah, man, family law start there. And then as the month, because it's only October now, so my firm's only been up 7 months now. Mm-hmm. But like as time goes on, it's like, okay, you're doing your family stuff, you're getting involved. You're doing your family law stuff, and you're getting involved. But people are calling you about reality TV contracts. People are calling you, about producer agreements. I got a call from a guy out in, I'm working with a guy on he has an independent, record label out of Texas. You start getting calls from people like, you're an entertainment law. Like, that's what I want. I saw you either on TV or on Instagram. You've been in it, and you're a lawyer. Can you help me? And I'm like, yeah, I guess I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I can do that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've always wanted to be like, I think I mentioned this earlier, like, be an agent. Like I wanted to be that a while back. Don't want to be an agent anymore. Don't want to be an agent.
Nope.
Don't want to be an agent. I got to see it, and I'm like, I'm good. But from a legal perspective, I'm like, yeah, I can, draft up your contracts. I can, negotiate, with these digital service providers and try to, get your music on, to this streaming service. See if I can get it on the front page. Whatever. It is dope. It's fun. I love it.
Definitely. Man, I feel like you live in a dream. I feel like a lot of people wish they could be lawyers. A lot of people wish they could be on a dating show.
You sure about that? They think they want to be there until they get on there. Hey, I'm just saying. Work.
So again, like I feel like there's a lot of people that you're doing what I actually wish they could do. A lot of people don't want to spend the time going to school to be a lawyer, and confidence is not there just to just get it to be on TV. You're obviously very much in shape. Let me ask you, what is your, I guess, your motivation, I guess, to be healthier? What is your fitness journey like?
Oh wow. Just to be healthy, I think I'm a big mental health and wellness, advocate. Heavy on the mental health. I think that's not talked about enough in the Black community, and especially amongst Black men. So I'm big on that. And I think what helps, your mental is at least part of it is working out. You get up every day, and I'm a former athlete, so like I'm used to getting up early, and hitting the gym and doing all that type of stuff. I like to keep myself in shape. And then it's like, okay, and also to keep myself sane. It's like a lot of stuff more, you get to go out and blow off steam, in the gym, and it just kind of, it just keeps me, it's just motivate. It's just another motivational thing for me. I like to be, healthy, sound mind, sound body, and I think that just that overall health message and being able to lead a happier and healthier life, it helps me be able to sustain, the life that I'm living, doing what I'm doing, because things can be very tiring and it can be, draining and all that type of stuff. So, all right, eat right, work out, and then I bring some people along this fitness journey because if it helps you, what I'm saying, it can help them too, which is something I'm passionate about doing. So, yeah, cool.
All right. So do we smell like some kind of fitness plan coming or some kind of? Actually, I am about to go. Me and Olu, so we're about to go on this this like fitness tour with a nonprofit organization who does mental health work with nurses. It's called Operation Have a Nurse. Shout out to them. And we're about to actually go around the country and put on free workouts for the nurses in each state that we go to. I think also we're going to do Canada maybe at some point. Okay. So I think that's the only thing that right now that I have in the works, but it's just spreading the message, man. Getting out here, getting some people out to work hard, and going from there. Okay. All right. So let people know if there's anything else that we should be on the lookout for from Maya. Anything coming up in the projects?
Wow, any projects? Nah, man. I'm here. Like anything coming from me, I'm here in New York. You can catch me walking the street. You can catch me on the subway. I'm just like everybody else. So if you see me, say what's up. If you need an entertainment lawyer, holla at your boy.
Okay.
I'm the guy. All right, you know that. I'm the guy for that. My phone is always on. I take calls all the time. So yeah, holla at me.
Yes!
That's it. That's it.
So, and then let's leave off with this. Give the people some words of encouragement for anybody that you feel like that's just trying to maybe be a lawyer, maybe get into entertainment, be just trying to go their fitness journey. What words of advice would you have?
Words of advice that I have for anybody, and I'm gonna leave you all with this, is I want to believe in yourself. No matter what you do, nobody will believe in you more than you believe in yourself. They're not gonna do it. If you don't have confidence in you, then why should anybody else have confidence in you? That's number one. Number two, stay consistent. Stay consistent. It's easy for people when they want to start a business, when they want to go to the gym or whatever it is. It's easy for anybody to be inspired one day to get up and go. Okay, boom, I followed my business. I've started the new year off, and now I'm going to the gym. But things get hard. It comes a time where that inspiration that you had, it wears off. It's gone. But you have to stay disciplined and keep telling yourself, no matter how difficult these things are, I'm going to stay consistent. Because then when you stay consistent, that's when things start to take off. It's like these one-hit wonders in music. You bang it at one time, can you do it again?
Okay.
Do it again.
No!
You know what I'm saying? Like, keep pushing. And do not, what anybody else out there tells you, do not give up on your dreams. These are yours. The only person that knows that it can be achieved is you. There are going to be people around you that tell you, no, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or this is what I would do if I was you, but they ain't. All right? There is only one you. So you stick to that, you keep busting your tail, and you will find yourself getting where you want to go.
Man.
Appreciate
Appreciate it, man.
My man. No.
That was fun.
All right, cool.